Okay, on number 6, they've partially filled this out for us, so we need to go through and complete it. So as we see, that equation here has been slid down for step 1, and that reason is always going to be given until we change it up down the road. And whenever we see parentheses, that is our distributive property in action. So distributive property. Now after that, they went ahead and they got to 56 equals negative 7, and that 49 is gone because they subtracted 49 from both sides. So you don't need to throw that minus 49 in, but we do need to fill out that we're using the subtraction property of equality right here. I'm just going to shorten it to this because I'm not going to be able to fit it. And then lastly, blank equals n. So they get rid of that negative 7, and the way they get rid of that is by using division, and they get negative 8. So negative 8 is n, and we use the division property there. So division property of equality. Okay, Luke? Number 7. All right, number 7. Statements, reasons. Slide that equation on down, and let's call it a given. Okay? Oops, don't need that. All right, first thing I notice is I got parentheses. So I'm going to go ahead and use that distributive property again. Everything else is going to drop down as is. I'm going to distribute a 4. So 32x minus 16 plus 5. Because I said that's the distributive property, that's what I'm going to jot on down. Now, to go from step 2 to 3, again, I forgot to draw that line down the middle if that's helpful for you. Right-hand side, I know this is a little bit messy. It's because I can combine like terms. So I'm going to go ahead and combine like terms there. And what I mean by those is the 16 and the 15. Okay, negative 16 minus 15 is negative 31. And I'm going to say combine like terms for my reason. You can also use just the word simplify. Either one of those are fine. Now on step 4, I've got x's on both sides. I need to move them to one side. I usually move the smaller variable, the smaller coefficient. In this case is negative 7. So I'm going to do the inverse of a minus 7. So I'm going to plus 7x to both sides. I get a negative 11. Right-hand side, 32 plus 7x gives me 39x. Minus 31. And then from there, excuse me, that was the addition property of equality. And then lastly, or not lastly, but next step, I'm going to go ahead and add a 31 to the other side. Oh, whoops, sorry, I just realized that's not a 31. Just caught my mistake here. That's a plus 5. I couldn't read my own work. So that's a plus 5. I thought it was a 15. So negative 16 plus 15, sorry, negative 16 plus 5 is not 31. It should be a minus 11 right there. My apologies on that. Silly mistake to make, so watch it. Make sure you can read your own handwriting. Because now I'm going to go ahead and add 11 to both sides. Negative 11 plus 11 is 0. 39x drops on down. And that was, again, the addition property of equality right there. I added 11. And finally, I got to get one more step here. I got to divide both sides by 39. 0 divided by anything is 0. And that is the division property I use right there by dividing by 39. All right.